All right, guys, welcome to the second episode of the Infinite Podcast. My name is Miguel. I'm your first host. Not first host, but actually
a co-host.
Yeah, a co-host.
My name is Elisa, and I'm your other co-host. The second one, technically, I guess.
No,
if we're talking about
no, equality.
No, we're
here.
equal.
We're all equal. We're all
in
the
this
first
house.
hosts.
There we
We're all
go.
the same host.
So today, we're going to talk about a little thing that's very personal to both of us.
We're going to freeball this one.
Something that a lot of people don't know about us, I guess, if they're tuning in, is that Miguel, myself, and Solano, we all met serving at a restaurant.
We used to be coworkers.
Yeah, we used to be coworkers. Now we're not coworkers. I mean, Solano,
Miguel.
Miguel.
We still coworkers. Me and him behind the camera, we're still coworkers. We're holding it tight every Saturday morning. Opening, getting that money. She left us.
I left that serving job to get another serving job because I be serving.
Went to the higher echelon.
I went to a little higher end restaurant.
Whatever,
I need to make my hot girl
more
money
than us or whatever. Not having to pool.
Yeah, I was like, I cannot do that pool shit. But that us being servers inspired us to talk a little bit about how not to annoy your server, because we've noticed that a lot of y'all have a lot of fucking problems when it comes to coming to restaurants, and you're really annoying. So.
It's just give a perspective from the worker side, you know.
No, to show both sides.
We're gonna get straight. No, we're not being candid.
We're gonna lay down the law here. I feel like no one's taught you guys how to get out of the house. You know what I mean? Like.
Okay.
You guys have never been anywhere nice, and we gotta teach you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we just gotta be straight and shoot from there.
One pet peeve I have with customers is that, what do you do? Like, how are you gonna come? Like, if the place closes at 10, don't show up.
We're gonna talk about it.
Well, we're gonna talk about it. You're not going in order.
We got a guide.
I made a guide.
Oh, we got a guide.
I made a guide. I made a guide.
We got bullet points.
I'm going.
I forgot we
this
we're professional
this
about
little
this.
bit is gonna be split in two. Phase 1 is how to be a better diner, and phase 2 is why you should be a better diner.
You know what? Take it away.
There we go.
There we go.
My first pet peeve is people who don't do their research before coming, because why the hell are you coming to a seafood place if you don't like seafood? Or why the hell are you going to a Mexican place if you don't like Mexican food? Or honestly, like, if you have a lot of allergies, like if you're allergic to all root vegetables,
I'm sorry.
Probably shouldn't be coming to a place where everything is pre-seasoned with root vegetables. You know
if
what
you're
I mean?
allergic to garlic, bro, I'm sorry. Everything has garlic.
Pick something.
Like, you just can't eat, bro.
That's true.
What you gonna do? Like, there was this one, I remember my coworker.
Miguel, Javi, right?
No, I don't remember who it was exactly, but he had this one customer who wouldn't have shit, bro.
He couldn't have root vegetables, right? That's what it was?
Yeah. Oh,
that was Javi.
No. He had like a diet that it was only fruits.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So he could only eat fruits. So he asked for fruits, but mind you, we don't have any sort of like dish.
That's
like
just
the closest thing to fruits that we sell is the little strawberries next to the pastries.
Next to the desserts.
Fact. So
on top of the tres leches.
My boy had to go in the system and create a whole new fucking item and set his own pricing, and then go to the kitchen and just convince them, like, yo, can you just make me like a little fruit salad? Just make them something out of the menu. Like,
that's a customer service in you. That's a customer service in you.
Nah, it wasn't even me. Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
I just tell them no.
Go get a smoothie around the corner, babe.
Yo, facts.
No.
That's how it goes, man.
Yo, I gotta get like a little slice of orange from the bar, and that's it. Like, hold you down for a bit.
I can pass you that one for free, actually.
Yeah, I can hook you up with that one on me.
Slice of oranges.
A little slice of orange, but that's it. After that, you go.
No, that's just whack. Like, I heard one time it was Javi who had a
that one
customer who couldn't have root vegetables.
My boy has the worst luck with customers.
My man was so mad at him. Like, it's his job to cook the food for him.
Facts.
I can't have garlic. I can't have onions. I can't have this. I can't have that.
It's like everything is seasoned with onion powder, garlic powder. Like, be for real.
My man getting mad at you. Like, he wasn't doing his job. Like, he's trying his best out here. Like, we doing our best.
We're doing our best.
Shit, bro.
Okay. Like you're yelling at us. The kitchen's about to yell at us for customizing something.
That's one thing.
It's 8 o'clock on a Friday night. Like, we're fucking peak busy.
Yeah, peak busy.
That's another thing I don't understand about customers. They don't have any sort of compassion. Because, like, they be, like, let's say somebody gets your order fucked up. 9 times out of 10, it wasn't their server. You know, it wasn't the server's fault. Sometimes it was
like
either
kitchen,
the food runner or the kitchen or just timing. but the guy, you as a server always have to take like
the responsibility.
Yeah.
Not the responsibility, and you got to take the backlash.
True that. From
everybody. From everybody, from both sides.
The manager, the
cooked.
kitchen, the
Facts.
food runner, the
It's
customer. Now
their fault.
everyone's fucking pissed at you.
The owner, the dish itself.
Yeah.
The dishwasher that has to clean.
Meanwhile, you did your shit right.
100%, bro.
No.
But you're right. You should do your research before you come to a restaurant.
No, yeah.
I think that's the first step. Before you even come through the door, know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
Look at
just
okay.
know what the restaurant.
Me
is.
personally, I'm going to a restaurant, and this was before I ever started serving. I'm looking at the menu beforehand.
Oh yeah.
I want to know if the menu is readily available
on.
online. Look it up.
I'm not fat ass, so I'll be chilling.
I be picking my food before I get there.
I'll be picking like different options too.
Yeah.
Just like if my sister chooses the thing that I was gonna choose, I'm gonna choose the second one so I can try a little bit of her food, and then and so we
You're right. My thing's always been like, I don't want to go to a place where I'm not gonna like something. Like I've been trying to go to Clyde's, but I feel like the food there is not like something I like because I've seen the menu. So I'm like, why would I go there and like take time for my server to explain the food? Like, nah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, know you know yourself, right? And if you want to try something, and I feel like a lot of people just as a server, then just take whatever the server gives you and accept it because you didn't do your research. The server that works
if you're trying to be spontaneous, sometimes it doesn't work out like
it doesn't work out. You know, you don't like it, send it back. That's it. Take it off the bill. No need to be mean about it.
One thing I've learned about people is like, okay, like they don't do that. They straight up don't do that. They don't look at the menu or anything. Like
they don't care.
Now that I work at Cousins, they make us do a thing that's like, they make us give the customer like a tour of the menu.
Okay.
So we're supposed to have like recommendations in every category. Like we show up to the table, we're like, hey guys, some things I want to highlight on the menu. Boom, 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 boom.
Shit.
I have a whole monologue, a whole like 5-minute thing where I'm just telling people the food on the menu.
And then people don't ignore that.
No. Every single table. Every single table. And 9 times out of 10,
they ignore that shit.
At least one person at the table picks my recommendation. Whatever, it doesn't matter what the fuck I say, they'll choose it. And it's more times than not, it's like multiple people and they all love it. Like they basically choose exactly what I tell them.
It's a herd mentality type of deal. People when they show up to the restaurant, they don't want to do any effort. You just want to shut off their brain and just get their food and talk to the person in front of them. Which like I understand, but like you still are talking to another person, a whole human being when you're taking your order. You feel me? So you got to be respectful of that.
Yeah.
But it's to what you were saying. It's understandable how like people just.
I feel like
just take whatever you tell them.
Yeah, if you describe it good enough, they'll be like, yeah, actually, you convinced me. And it's like very easy to convince people.
And then there's people that just like already know what they want, so you going out there
people
just
like me.
Just wasting your breath.
Yeah.
Like Olive Garden, they used to tell us that you have to recommend 2 drinks, and like 2 appetizers, and then like I think 2 desserts or something. Like you had to like when you went up to that, you had as a part of it.
Yeah.
And most of the time, people were like, "No, I'll just have this. I'll have this." Like they already knew what they want.
Yeah.
So or like they completely ignore what you say. So I'm like, you're just wasting your breath. But I guess it helps sometimes when people are.
Like their whole thing is that they make us like describe the dish. You know, like it comes stuffed with crab meat, accompanied by a lobster mashed potato. Like they make us do a whole thing. That like they're literally like.
Yo, imagine if Fat Cactus had us describe their food like that.
They want us to literally be like the food is sucking and fucking. Like it's too good.
On a wooden board,
chicken and a chopped
queso on the side.
Yeah.
Damn, that is wild. Nah, but what is our next bullet point? Because I think.
Well, the next one that I was coming up with. Miguel actually had a good segue to. You were saying that sometimes people don't act like there's not a whole other human being taking their order, talking to them. That's mine. Mine is interact with me because. Wow. Yeah. Anyways, we have to cut that part because we all got distracted. We were like, "Damn, what the hell?" Sounds like someone.
We'll keep it
rolling.
I'll be in my own world.
We heard a sound that sounded like someone got like hit over the head with a bottle or some shit, but I don't think it was that. We'll find out later. Anyways,
Swiper.
My next one is interact with me because if I come up to your table and I'm like, "Hello guys, my name is Ellie and I'm going to be your server today."
Can we get chips and water?
Yeah, and then people look at me. They look at me. They're like, "Oh, we're ready. We're actually," or like they like. I'm like, "How are you today?" And they're like, they just like look at me. They're like.
That is so true. Like no energy. And you know what? I feel like that also goes into your dining experience because the energy you give your server, it gives them like that extra push to get through the day. You get me? Because
Yeah.
like you're only interacting with one server.
Yeah.
This server's interacting with like hundreds of people in one day. So how you? Like,
I know which one's my
Depends.
favorite here.
Yeah, like you know, like the energy.
I feel like it depends though, cause like I realize me personally, I'm the opposite of her.
You're macho.
Really?
I'm not gonna come in like, hey, what's up? Like I'm like, all right guys, welcome to Fat Cactus. Whatever you're having for today.
Yeah, but like you know, like
That is
but
my
if someone come, you say that right, and then the table just kind of like stays quiet, and like they talk to each other instead of interacting with you. You're kind of like they're just standing there awkwardly. You get
But
me?
that's
Yeah, that's
when
true.
you, as a server, I feel like you have to understand that they're there on your timing. You have to be able to control the table from the moment that you go over there.
Well, there we go. I do the same. That was
experience.
actually my next one. But in a different way. Because my whole idea is like, okay, like, bitch, be polite. Like, I'm out here bringing you your food. Like, I'm trying to bring the vibe up. Like, you're here for
right.
a good vibe. Like,
can't
I'm
make-
trying to give you a good vibe. I'm giving you a show right now.
Yes.
So I'm gonna need you to give me a little something, something back. You know?
And we don't ask for much. We're like, I don't need you to be very.
Yeah, I don't need you to be
I
like.
just need you to be like, hey, Alyssa, how's
Yeah.
it going? You know, we're just here for a show. We came for a bite to eat. You know what I mean? We're just gonna get this, like interact with your server because that helps their mood and like, oh my god, they're so nice.
Yeah.
It makes their job, making the server's job easier because if the server likes you, they're gonna go out of their way
They're to do shit for
to
you.
do
Yeah.
stuff for you. Like honestly, like
True.
you know, because then you understand like I think it's the whole idea of like the human connection and like understanding that we're all human, right? So if I'm taking care of your table and I happen to forget something, but me and you connected as human beings, you'll be more understandable of like, oh, I must have forgot because you know it happens. You know, we all
Yeah.
make mistakes. But like you know, some people like you'll be like, oh, where's this? Where's this? I ordered this, blah blah blah. And those people you hate because you never connected with them and just taking orders.
Yeah.
I never understood the perspective of asking for something so in such a
Demeaning
aggressive,
Demeaning way?
demanding.
Like
way,
you're
in such
talking
an
to a
aggressive
robot,
manner.
like,
yeah, exactly.
You're not
because
talking to Siri, bitch.
You have to understand that once that server disappears, you have no idea what they're doing, and they're responsible for your food, your drinks, for everything. You don't never know what might happen. God forbid something happens to your food. I wouldn't.
Me
Personally,
I would never
what I've
spit in your
seen,
food.
What I've seen, I'm not gonna expose,
You've seen?
but I've seen a few things, you know.
Bro.
I've seen things in my day.
Yeah, you know, I should say all I'm gonna say is be careful with who you talk and how you say things.
Bro, honestly,
Because-
you know, you're right though, but I feel like it's more like an energy and like a vibration type of situation for me because I feel like the more good energy you give to the server, the more that server brings good energy to your food. Because I feel like
Yeah.
dining is an experience, right? It's like when people come over to your house to eat, you try to give them a good experience. You want your food to them to be like heartfelt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the server, you want to do the same thing to the guest. But if the guest is being an ass to you, you're like, fuck their food. They could take
It's also
yeah.
like at the end of the day, we're working for the tip. So it's like,
Yeah.
we're also trying to schmooze you, girl.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yes, and it's always depending on the mood that you want to have too. Cause like for me personally, she likes to bring up the mood. I like to bring down the mood. You know, I like to relax.
he's like, I like being
to
a
relax.
bad
Settle down.
guy.
She's a 16 top. I'm a 2 top. You know, get together, have
I make
a
the
drink.
big bucks.
I'm gonna you know, sit you down,
You're right.
have some time, take the appetizer.
You're right.
You
You're
take,
right.
you know,
Yeah. Get a second round of drinks.
experience.
Yeah, get a second round of
drinks. I'm
drinks.
gonna recommend you a different drink this time, so you can have something to talk about with you. You know,
But that's
spend some time.
different. It's like, okay, at the end of the, like, you're lower energy. Like, you're not coming up to people like, ah, but like, you're still like,
You're still presenting yourself.
You're still presenting,
It'd
like,
be different if you were
it's
like, yo.
adjusted to your personality.
Like
True.
mad sluggish, you get me?
Like, it's
Yeah.
different than someone coming up and being like, yo, what you're getting.
You
Like,
get me?
yeah.
So, what's our segue to the next point?
My next one is, you were also heading towards it.
He my man,
Let me
he-
take control
Hey.
/ make sure you're ready when you
Hey.
say you are. Because here's
Yes.
what a good server will do.
Daddy's here.
Don't-
I
That
come
is
to my
the
tables.
Alpha, no.
Daddy's gonna take
Sigma.
I say when I go to
Server.
my tables, like I lay down the law. Right? Like
Bam.
I start off and I'm like, hi, my name is Ellie. But then I'm like, I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes to settle in, get familiar with the menu. you guys, I'll come back in a few minutes to get a drink order, and then I'll give you guys my recommendations. Then while I get your drinks, you guys can think about the food, and when I come back, we'll get the order for everything.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I want structure. I don't want you, like, I hate it when I go up to a table, and like, I'm in the middle of saying hi, and they're like, we're ready to go order, and then they look at each other and they're like, what do we want?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
And like, no, I'm not ready. Oh, I'm ready. And like, no, I'm not ready. Like,
no,
that's
and then
when
like,
the server's gonna hit you. I'll be back.
That's what I do. I'm like, I see them do like,
Yeah.
are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm like, you guys look like you're not ready, so we're gonna give you another try.
I'm gonna do a lap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a round real quick. I'll come back around.
Give y'all a couple seconds, you know, and that's why my style is super compatible with that, because I'm like, you know what? The first thing I say is drop your shit. It's like take your time.
Same.
Take your fucking time, bro.
I know, like people
The more
talk about
time you
flipping
take, the
tables,
more time I have.
But like flipping tables,
It's quality over quantity.
Yeah, honestly, it's
Quality.
hard. It's hard to flip
not
a
a
table
fast
and
food
give
restaurant.
good service. Honestly.
Yeah.
At Fat Cactus, I used to flip tables.
You have to.
I
Well,
used to
you
flip
have to depend on a certain type of customer. Because I know which customer you would like
Yes.
to be flipped. There's a
'Cause
customer that doesn't. It might be perceived as a little bit rude, but that customer already sometimes comes in clutch, because that customer is gonna interrupt you from saying your whole monologue, which is gonna save you some time.
Oh yeah.
That customer is already knows
they
what
know
they're
it,
getting or
yeah,
anything, so
right
you don't
away.
even have to recommend nothing.
You're
They're like, give me
boom,
this
boom,
and this
boom,
and that.
boom.
And they want it there, but make sure that if you are on top of their shit, they're gonna treat you nice, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't bother you for shit. They won't ask you for like, can you do this? Nah.
They'll
They
tell
want
you, they'll
what
tell you
they
in
ask
advance.
for.
They'll be like, can I get a refill whenever you get a chance?
Whenever
Yeah.
you get
Chance. When you
Whenever
get
you
a
get
chance,
a
bro.
chance.
Thank you.
I
bro.
love that little
Yeah.
line. Whenever you get a chance.
Because they understand.
I'm like,
Those are-
I'll do it right now, but thank you for saying
Professional
it.
I feel like when people say that, it makes me want to do it right away.
Yeah.
Like, right, I'm gonna get this shit to you.
Yo,
right now.
you be like, turns out I'm gonna have the chance right now, bro.
Come on,
Right now.
I already had your refill ready.
Shit.
like I already knew you would ask for it.
You know, when that fucking table is being an asshole, that's when I already have the fucking check on Craig draw. They be like,
Yeah.
They be like, I be like in the Wild West, like, that's I'm the fastest checker. Drop checker.
Whenever you're
Right.
ready.
Boom, I've been ready.
But you're right. Take control. I think
I
that's,
like taking control, because if not,
Whenever-
they're gonna have you like
Bro.
freaking walking. They're gonna have you doing too much.
It's
whenever I
about how you
have like
start.
anything above like a 20 top, and it's just like they all want to like get up and talk
No
to each
split,
other.
no check splitting.
I'll be like,
Sit the
Let me
fuck
tell you,
down,
yeah,
bitches. I'm taking your order, and you best stay in that seat when that food comes out.
I go to a party. I'm like, who's the head person to organize this mess?
Who's the alpha?
Who organizes
paying?
this person?
You
I'm
check.
gonna talk to that. I don't like screaming over people. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna get your drinks and appetizer order first. After that, come back for your entrees. Let everybody else know. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm not going around and telling the whole table that. You know, like you do that. You organize this mess.
One little technique I've
These
found
are your
myself-
friends, your responsibility.
Yeah.
You brought this man.
You brought them
these
here.
people. Yeah,
I'm gonna give you guys a good experience.
you gonna take it my way.
Oh my god.
Here's
Yeah,
your
you're right.
drink.
Hey, take control of your
Here's your
table,
drink.
you know?
Yeah,
And
I
there's-
think that's a good
There's
thing.
tables that already know what they want. They're like, turn around quick and whatever.
And if they're not relinquishing any control to you, just be patience is the key, bro. Just like if they're like talking over each other and you need to talk, instead of having to fight, be the difference, because the difference
I'll be doing
makes
a
an
little
impact. So instead of saying talking, just quiet.
I'll be
Just
doing-
be stoic, and people will notice, and they will run out of things to say, and they will all look at you, and you're like, "You guys ready? Fine, all right." And then
Wait,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
when the teacher. It's like when the teacher's like,
Yes.
I'll teach. I'll wait.
I'll wait.
I'll wait.
I'll let you guys.
I
I'll wait
throw
to
little
teach you.
jabs in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like, can I be part of this conversation?
Yeah.
I throw little jabs.
When you have time.
Jokingly, like, do you guys? Can I join you guys?
Yeah.
Like, you can throw little jabs.
I agree.
I think like guests like when if you're rude a little bit because it's kind of like, you're cool. If you're able to risk your job.
I love it when I come up to my tables and they're like mid conversation and I like know, like I have a perspective on what they're talking about. So I'm just like, boom, I like join the conversation for a few moments and then everyone laughs and I laugh and I'm like, you're tipping me 20% for sure.
You love me.
You love me. You're gonna tip me really well. Yay.
What's that?
Yeah.
What's your next point? Yeah.
So yeah, basically, like, if you're gonna like interrupt me, like, you better be ready. Anyways, the next one is, please, for the love of God, stop breaking up at the table,
Bro.
because this has happened at Fat Cactus twice.
Same day, I think, too.
It happened to me once. Yo,
It was your table. I remember that
yeah,
one.
but I was happy that I dropped the check already. It was already taken care of. Like
That happened at 44 for me. It was like, and the 44 is a small table. It's just like a table. So like, I'm like walking, like the guy's facing me because I'm walking towards them, and the girl's facing away from me. So I see the back. I only see the back of the head. Right. So I'm walking. I'm doing my rounds, and
you
I
see
go.
certain gestures,
And then I didn't notice, and I'm like, I go over, and I'm like, is everybody like, are we all good here? And she's like bawling.
Oh.
And then I'm like, and the guy's like, yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah.
This is a serious conversation.
Here's a check play.
I'm not coming back for like another 10
Here's a check play.
I'm gonna wait till she goes to the bathroom. And like,
you ain't even gotta worry about the tip play. I already know how it is. You can save it, man.
No, the other day I was working and I had this couple and they were sitting at a 4-top table and they were sitting next to each other, right?
Oh man,
they were sitting next to each other, right?
Yeah.
Everything normal, whatever.
Yeah.
Halfway through their dinner, whatever.
Like you went to the other side.
This bitch moves across the table. I'm like, yo!
She got
Holy
serious.
shit! I go close to the table. All I hear is this guy go, Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. What? Talk to me, Sarah, Sarah. Sarah!
Nah.
He's like, and it goes on for so long, and she's like fucking ignoring him, and he's literally just like, Sarah, Sarah, and I'm there at the table, I'm like filling up their waters, like I don't fucking see shit, like.
Bro, it's like movie. It's like a movie.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, people really do
And
this?
you're just an extra.
And I was like,
Extra,
the great
bro.
part, I'm an extra in this fucking scene.
You're like Seth Rogen, just in the background.
Bro, and then what was it? She like they're like done with their meals, whatever. So I come up to the table, right, and they're still not good. They're still not good. He's literally I come up to the table, I have a little dessert in my front pocket. I come over, I lean over the table, I'm like, so now that we're done with our entrees, are we feeling any dessert?
She said, I'm still doing my job.
I'm still doing my job. He's like, he looks at me, he's like, he stops going, Sarah. He looks at me, he goes, I think we're good. And then she cuts him off and she's like, no, actually, I think I'll look at the menu.
Hey.
Yes. I was like, oh, you go, girl. Damn, you're going to get a free dessert out of this one too, girl.
You should have been like, yo, this one is the most expensive, by the way.
Yeah. Well, the prices are listed, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
she ordered her dessert. She took her sweet ass time leaving, whatever.
She enjoyed this breakup.
She enjoyed this breakup. It was
How much was
crazy.
the tip, though?
The tip, he tipped me like I think $20 over the 20% because he felt that bad.
Let's go.
You have to, bro.
You have to, because how the fuck are you gonna have me witness that?
So,
the whole dinner.
If you're gonna break up, you better leave that tip.
Please.
Yeah.
Because
better leave that bad
it's so
tip.
bad being part of this.
And you better not include us into that fucking mess.
We're already into it.
We're just,
as soon as you walk to the table, you're part of that breakup.
Yeah.
You feel it in your heart. You're like, damn, bro.
Was it because of me?
Was it because of me?
Did I do?
What did I do wrong? I'm like a divorced, the child of a divorced couple.
If my server was better, they could have stepped me together.
If I brought that chips and salsa on time, we wouldn't have that conversation.
If I
would have been on the team.
If I would have brought the side of sour cream that she loves so bad, it would have worked out.
It would have worked. It would have been fine.
One pet peeve is don't ask me a fucking box if you're gonna leave the food on the table. Fuck out of here, bitch.
If you're gonna wrap it and then leave it.
Facts. Don't ask.
Waste of plastic.
Don't waste a fucking plastic. Facts. Like facts.
Made me do that extra for nothing.
For what?
For what?
Wasted those extra steps.
You
know what I mean?
goofy, man. You looking goofy, fam. You paid for the whole order. You gonna leave half of it?
Wild. Wasteful. That's an American thing.
That I've noticed that too. I was gonna say the amount of people who I've seen, both at Fat Cactus and Cousins, who will just eat like say they order the salmon, they only eat the salmon and then they leave like all of the sides, like the rice and shit like that. I'm like, how are you leaving all of that? Like I could take that home, make that into a whole other meal. It's an American thing. It's so wasteful.
Yo, when I worked at Olive Garden, bro, the amount of breadsticks, bro. Like they're literally their orientation. They say like
that's just about what's fucking breadsticks about. You know.
No, the thing about America is right.
That should be rock solid.
Breadsticks and soup and salad, right? So
yeah.
people just constantly like, can I get more bread? Can I get more bread? Can I get more bread?
Yo, just filling themselves up on bread. Man.
No, they don't even do it because they're like you give them 2 baskets of bread, right? Because they wanted 2 baskets of bread, but then they get full off their meal, and then all that bread goes to waste.
They don't even pack that shit
They
to
don't
go.
even pack
I
that
used
shit
to
to go
sneak it
because
into my bag.
Yeah.
Who the fuck
you
trying
know?
to take bread to go though?
Me.
But I'm just saying, like the whole
Cheap
idea of
bitch
like you being able to do endless stuff. It's like, yo, the amount of food.
It's that's that poor mentality, man. Once they
Like,
tell you it's
bro.
endless supply, you're gonna wanna fucking get it because you
Yeah,
think
like,
you're not
bro.
gonna have the
I was-
ability to get it.
I was
another
gonna
time.
say like I feel like it's a Latino thing where we will not leave food behind like that. You know what I mean?
We
Like
take
I was at a
He-
restaurant with
he-
my cousin.
We heating that up later.
Yeah, we're
We
eating
heating
it
it
later.
up later.
I was at a restaurant with my cousin. It was like appetizer or whatever, and we saw that there were a few left, and they were about to take the plate. We were both like, "No,
No,
we
yeah.
will eat them. Do not throw them away."
You know,
Do not throw them away.
pack
I
that-
put money on that, bro. Like, yo, chill.
I could eat that later. Damn.
Bro, chill.
Next one up, your favorite. Don't close out the restaurant because why the fuck are you showing up to a restaurant less than an hour after
Yes.
before it closes?
That,
Do your fucking research, bro.
no, but
Please.
you know, Fat Guy is
Please,
different,
bro.
though. I like. It's not corporate, so like you know, at least they have like a little leniency, right?
What do you mean?
Like corporate restaurants, like Applebee's, Fat Guy. I mean,
Yeah.
like Olive Garden, Applebee's, Fridays.
Caught all.
Bro, restaurant closes at 10. You can show at 9:59.
Fuck you.
Taking that
They
tip.
spit on you. Oh, really?
You taking that tip.
Oh, fuck. That's awful.
Bro, you
What?
can be a party at 10. 9:59 you show up, kitchen's still on.
Fuck you.
That's
Bro,
awful.
there's
Fuck
times
outta
when I
here.
used to work at Olive Garden. And
Fuck
people would
that.
show up with a party of 8, 9:59.
No,
You better
never.
leave that fucking good ass tip.
I'm saying like if you show up less than an hour beforehand, I'm showing up and I'm saying my kitchen closes in 5 minutes. You better have that food order for me right now.
And like the worst part of Olive
Like,
Garden is like
you should be ashamed you didn't go DoorDash this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
the worst part about Olive Garden is like each server had a section. So like say like all right, for example, you get cut, right? Let's say you get cut like at 7 or 8 because it's slow. But you have one table at the end that wants to sit there. They already closed out, right? They already closed out, right?
they just want to linger.
But they just
there.
want chill.
They already tipped you and
They
everything?
already did everything, blah, blah, blah. You have to wait for that
I know
table to
exactly
leave
what you're
leave?
finna
because
do.
you got to clean that table. It's part of your section.
Damn.
You got to clean that table, reset everything.
Nah, see, like,
See-
we didn't have to do that at Fat Cactus.
Yeah.
But at Cousins, too, it's like, the busters just do that shit.
Yeah,
like, you know what I
no.
mean? Like, we get to leave, like, if the table's done, we get our tip. As long as we get our tip.
No, like that's the like yeah, you had to like hokey the floor underneath the table, and like put the salt packets in there, make sure the table's clean, chairs.
You
are
already
clean.
charge your own
And then
section.
yeah, and then manager comes and goes checks your section, signs your tip out, and then you go and cash out.
Were you allowed to,
Fuck.
like, be like, yo,
No, you
I
can
need
pay.
you guys to wrap it up? like- I used to do, I kind of would do that shit. Like, hey, you guys, like,
well, it's
respectfully.
it's different. It's different when you're closing, when that's like it's the middle of like dinner,
Yeah.
and you're like you get cut and it's like 8:30, and you're like, are you really gonna tell these people to leave during dinner time
Yeah.
when the restaurant's still open for another
Okay,
2
that's
hours?
fair. That's fair. Yeah.
So most times,
Just because you want to leave.
most
But
times,
it's okay. Like, I've never.
servers-
Oh.
they would pay someone else. They'd be like, yo, can you just clean my 201 or whatever? I'll give
Yeah.
you like $5-10 just to clean my table. And servers would be like, yeah,
That's
sure,
smart.
why not?
That's smart.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we would do.
A dumb waste of money, an easy, quick buck to make.
Yep.
That kind of it.
Yeah.
You know, how it goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've never had a situation where, like, because, like, usually I'll be like, hey, you can stay as long as you want, babe, but I need that tip so I can leave.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's what I
I'm-
like about Fight Cactus. When you get close, like you get
Yeah.
cut, you're like, oh, when we go on break, when we open,
Yeah.
you can stay here after I leave. I gotta go on break.
Dipping.
Yeah.
I'm
Give me,
dipping.
just give me the tip. I do my report. I'm out.
Out of here. Yo, the worst part is when you're trying to leave, you already did like an 8-hour shift, 9-hour shift, and they're trying to talk game with you, like, yo, what you trying to do after this? I'm going home.
Bed,
Trying to
bitch.
be, what you drinking tonight? I'm drinking water
That's on
and a little bit of milk and going to sleep.
And like, oh, you should
What you
join us
mean?
for a drink.
What are you doing tomorrow? I'm coming back here and do
Like,
this shit
no.
all over again.
Like, no, like, you're having here a good time. I'm working. I
Yeah.
don't want to stay here any longer.
No, like, you're fun, having fun. I'm not.
I gotta
I wanna
clean
go
up. I gotta
home.
clean.
Bro,
I
I'm
got-
dying for a smoke break, bro.
I'm gonna have my joint. I'm gonna go.
Yo, the
bed.
best feeling is having a joint in your hand on driving home when the windows down
And you think about
with
that
money,
one- you think
with
about
money
that
in
one
your
table?
pocket.
You
Thinking about that one customer, you're like,
You
smoking on that customer's pack today. Fuck out of here. With your money in my pocket, motherfucker. You be played.
$2.75 you gave me the fucking tip.
That motherfucker. I want my ass with them $2.
You know what my idea was like to keep all my Fat Cactus receipts where people like give me like really bad tip and like put those on a shirt. Just, like,
that's fun.
And then they'll have like the last person's name, like their name, and like how the bad they tipped me and shit, and just like sell them on the internet.
Shame.
Right, like shame them.
Shame.
Have them ask for their credit card.
That's actually really fun. I feel like a lot of servers would be into that.
Yo, what's funny is that when that one coworker who's always complaining about their tips be like, yo, my tips, what the fuck? So you'll be like, okay, that service, what the fuck? Like, what about that service though? It's been like a whole week and you still complaining? Today was good for me.
That's a serving life for you, man.
Motherfucker, I'm gonna start kicking you out of the pool if you're gonna be this way.
Like,
you're benefiting off my bag.
It can't be a shitty tip day every day. You feel me? Like,
you're not good at what you're doing.
Sometimes it's not for you.
Sometimes the serving life is not for you.
You can't be serving, bro.
Next one up, if I sing happy birthday to you, I better be getting 20%.
Yo. And it better be your fucking birthday.
Do not play me.
You better get a dessert. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the other thing. I was saying.
Beyonce don't sing for free.
Yeah. At Fat Cactus, I used to tell people, I was like, now cousins, it's like, yo, if they work their bill up to like 400, I'm like, yo, fine, fuck it, I'll bring some shit out for you. But like back at Fat Cactus, people be like, why did you get this singing? Get a dessert.
No.
Get a dessert. Babe.
No.
I'll do whatever you want.
And I feel like birthdays are just like attention seekers. Because like one person does it and they're like, everybody's
birthdays in the fucking. Oh my god.
It's like everybody's birthday after that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, can I get
fuck your birthday? I don't give a fuck.
We all have to come over. We have to be like, ah.
And I feel like people
you gotta pretend to be happy.
Don't understand how much time it takes out of other servers.
Meanwhile, I'm singing.
Other servers got like
other servers have to fucking come over.
You gotta beg for your coworkers to just come and like, yo, stop anything.
Every time.
Drop everything you're doing right now. And just help me.
Every single time I do it, I'm like so ashamed. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry I have to ask you this, but please come sing happy birthday with me.
I always shame the one person that starts it for the day.
Yeah.
You broke the seal.
Yeah, you broke the seal. You're the one that started all this shit. Right? Why you had to do it.
It's your fault.
Yeah. Now we all gotta do it.
Now we got like, there's one person like, oh, then I got a birthday. Then I got a birthday. Then I got a, like, damn.
It's like you got 10 tables, they all want to do a birthday. And it's also like, it's not like we're professional singer guys. Like, it's gonna be like whack.
Yo, like, listen.
Yeah, if you trying to sing over the loud ass DJ music,
it's redundant, bro. Like, listen. If it's 12, it's like 11:45. Loud ass music. Everybody's drunk. It's hot. You're like tired as fuck. I'm like, happy birthday to you. Boom. Wow, that's it. I say happy birthday. That's part of the fuck. That's it, bro. I'm out of there. I gotta go home.
Bring that energy.
You don't know how many birthdays I sang?
One time it was really busy, and I was trying to get literally anyone to come with me. And no one would come with me. And finally, the head server of Fat Cactus was like, sometimes too busy, you gotta do it by yourself. And so I went and I did that shit by myself. I was so mad.
I've done it by myself like a couple times.
I hate it.
I go to the table, I'm like, well, guys, it's just me and you. And I'm like, what's the name of the person? Right? And like
start stripping.
It's just me and you, baby.
Just start wearing, coming with a sombrero, like it's good. It's a guy. It's a guy.
You come with the sombrero over your crotch. You're like,
give him lap dance.
Ready for dessert?
Yeah.
Let me shake the whip for you.
No, like normally when that happens, luckily I have like parties. Like I have that party section.
Oh, so they help you.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna need your help, guys. And I'm like, what's the person's name? So then we would like say their name. So like from Fat Cactus, you get me?
Yeah.
You're smart.
So I'm like, all right, then you gotta get them hyped up and stuff. Because people once they get hyped and they get the attention on them, they'll do anything, bro.
No, it's true.
People will do anything to live in the moment.
Drinks. Yeah.
I run this one table. It wasn't mine, but it was a girl's birthday and it was the 21st. And the guys bought like 2 bottles of Patron or whatever, right?
Cool.
So we going, they're gonna sing happy birthday, right? We sing happy birthday. They're all excited, blah, 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 not knowing the bottle's like 250 and change or whatever, right? Each, right? And they're young. They're just like, they're 20, 20.
They don't know
right?
about bottles.
Yeah, right? So then we was done singing happy birthday. I leaned over to the girls and I was like, wasn't that a fun 30 seconds? Not knowing her bill was like $600. Bro.
For the moment.
For the moment, I was like, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fun 30
And
seconds.
at the end, they were having trouble paying that bill. They were having trouble paying that bill.
Damn.
All drunk. That's another thing, yo. If you're a big ass party and you're gonna have fun and you're gonna drink, just know at the end of the day you're gonna have to get together and
Please, yeah.
and like
Work
you
it
know,
out.
Pay the bill.
somebody has to be the sober one in the party.
Which brings
bro.
me to my next point.
Hey.
Either split the check evenly or one person pays and everyone else Venmo, Zells,
If you
PayPal,
go,
It
if you go
looks-
with people that
Cash
your
App,
friends,
whatever the fuck.
It looks so ghetto and so fucking ugly when you're like, yo, ready for the check, and then it's just like same shit. Like, yo, we're ready to order. Nah, like, and then they're like, okay, figure it
You're
out.
trying to figure out the math.
And then you give them a lap, like, all right, take your time, and then you still see them counting money, like you just forgot to count now. You don't know how numbers work now.
Bro,
Like, I serve you.
I
I
would
you
say if you're splitting a check with people that are your friends, DK,
yeah,
and you're having trouble getting the money from them, or like it's becoming difficult,
Yeah.
they not your friends, bro.
They're not
'Cause
your friends.
If I'm going out with my friends, one person's like, yo, I'm gonna pay for it. We open.
Yeah.
Easy, quick.
Easy, quick. We
Easy,
don't have to make a
quick, bro.
problem.
it shouldn't be a problem.
Even when people do like even splits, fine. But when people are like, today, I had a lady called me up to the table and was like, this lady wasn't even mine. Like, she wasn't even my table. She was like, can we get this split? And I was like, oh, like an even split or like an itemized? And she was like an itemized. And I was like, I'm gonna get your server right now. They fucking got you on mine because I am not doing that shit. If it's me and someone asked me to do that, I'm like, my POS system simply does not let me do that. The
That's-
programming is not available. It doesn't exist.
That's
Sorry.
the new
That's a new
ice
wave.
cream
That's a new
machine
wave.
Yeah.
being
That's a new
broken.
wave,
That's not me
That-
telling you
that,
like,
and I
that's
feel
not
like-
happening.
I feel like people just forget to do this one simple thing. Let your server know at the
Beforehand.
beginning. Like, why you gonna wait till I ring 30 dishes and
Facts.
20 drinks?
And then you expect me to know
No,
who
whatever.
got
Keeping
what.
track. Mind you, you're not doing a table
mad
ad.
at me. Like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to know who got what.
You don't even know what you had. That's what
Yeah.
you're telling me to
That's,
do.
that's,
It's stupid.
is that part of the list? I don't think it's part of the list.
What is part of the list?
One of my pet peeves is when people don't know what the fuck they order.
Really?
Like the food runner comes out and
Oh,
you're like
yeah.
chicken carbonara and you're like, who got that? And there's the person asking who got that. Like, you sir,
Stupid.
you got it. Oh, this is what I ordered?
Oh,
I was not on my list. That hasn't happened to me. You know, at the restaurant I work at now, we have a seated system where it's
Okay.
like when we put in the person's food, we have to assign the
A
seat
seat,
number.
okay.
So that they just bring it directly to the seat. That
That's-
shit's hard though sometimes.
That's really unprofessional. That's what I learned at Olive Garden. Like, what's it called? It's called auctioning food. Auctioning food is like really bad service.
who's telling me
Yeah,
this?
so like they have that same thing where like
You
the
have
first
to assign
person
a seat
is to your
number.
left, second
Yeah.
like that. That's how they do it. So
Yeah.
when they put the food, the way you ring it is the way the food runner puts it on the tray, and then he starts like how they do the tacos with Fat Cactus. So
Yeah.
like, all right, front two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's how they go.
Pass it around.
Yeah.
That
It's
makes
actually
sense.
rude. Like, that's rude as fuck. Because then food gets lost. You know what I mean? Like, people don't know what the fuck they got, and you trust them to be like, oh, that's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Most people-
especially
we've already
get drunk.
established people are
Even
stupid.
tacos, like create your own tacos where they say the name. People were like, oh, these are mine, and then like it turns out not to be theirs.
Yeah.
Like, it's your name, bro.
You didn't even listen.
How you
You didn't
fuck
even
up your
listen to
own name? How
whose
you
name it was, bro. Like, be real. Yeah.
But yeah.
Um,
But what were we talking about? What was the point? Bullet point?
the bullet point was either split the check evenly
Split the check.
or one person pays and everyone Venmos.
Please.
Like, please. Like, it's
Please.
just simple. Like,
Please.
you
Are we
guys should trust
friends?
your friends.
Yeah,
you know
we're
what I
friends.
mean? And if you can't, stop going out to eat with them.
Yeah,
Like,
facts. If
clearly
you ain't
they're not
got
your
it,
fucking
don't
friends.
go out to eat. Maybe your priorities are set up differently, bro. Like,
Yeah. You gotta switch up your priorities.
facts.
Um,
Even I don't eat at the place that I work at, bro. Like, it's okay. And fine.
It's really fine. Next one up, if you don't tip 20%, I'm gonna make a fool out of you. And I don't mean like, okay, like I know my worth and I know I'm worth on my checks at least 20%. I regularly get tipped 24%,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes 50%. If I get 18%, like fine, whatever. I'm still gonna call you a brokey, like whatever. But if you have the audacity to go tip me 10% or nothing at all, babe, your pen works. Your pen is the one I gave you. The one you used to sign that is the one I gave you. So I might be changing that number on there because I'd like to see you try to call this restaurant and tell them about how you ordered a $175 steak and you ordered $100 worth of alcohol and you got like
Bro, people really
4 or
have
5
that
appetizers and you did all this shenanigans and at the end of the day you couldn't afford to tip me
Give them
because
all the recommendations and all that. Feel happy.
yeah, I did this whole little show for you.
Do me a quick favor.
Bust
Check,
your
check
ass.
your mics. Make sure your battery's not dead. I feel like
Mine is.
you're good.
Yeah,
You're
mine's
good?
fine.
Let me check.
You're good. Mine's is like.
Oh no, I'm good. Mine is
Okay.
like almost halfway, but
Okay,
we're
don't
still
worry, I
good.
got extra batteries. All right, but
Um,
anyways.
But yeah, my whole thing is like, you're not
Tip,
gonna
bro.
tell me that
That's
you.
like the main thing.
Yeah, like you
How you
got
spend?
all
How you
these
spend
things.
$200 on food but can't tip me $20 or
Yeah.
$40? Right?
40 bucks,
You
like the
literally told
20%.
me you literally spending all of your money on this food right now, for real. You're spending all the cash you have.
You know.
On this one
I
meal?
think one
For
thing
real.
that really aggravates me about the tipping thing about that, it's when it's like pretty girls, and like they like have like they spend so much money, and then
Yeah.
tip, like you're a pretty broke girl.
I've
acting
noticed.
like
yeah.
acting like all that, like and
I've
then at
noticed
the end you
that.
don't tip me or
She's
anything.
gonna
Like,
take a
bro,
picture of the margarita and post
Yeah,
it on
like, post it on
Instagram.
Yeah,
social
right.
media,
Being a
like-
whole vibe.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. I've noticed
Yeah.
women are stingier tippers than men.
Like,
Like men
bro.
will always,
That's
for
because
the most part,
guys,
unless you like they're like just cheapos, and you can tell. You like can tell when you see them. You're like, this one's
I
not
always
gonna
tip
tip me.
20% because
I always do too.
I think 20% is like the minimum. Like,
Yeah.
20% because like you think about like what really like a server has to go through, and you're like, what are they really getting paid? Like pennies, right?
Yeah.
So like, what's 20% of like a $20 tip? You know, like what's 20%? I mean, of a $20 bill or like a $50 bill? Like it's pennies.
and it's
Yeah.
not like you
$3-5
can,
bucks.
it's
Yeah.
not like you can't blame it on the fact that you don't know how to make math, bro. Like
Just like
you look it up on YouTube, not YouTube, Google. There's a calculator for that.
There's a guy. All you do is move the decimal like
2 places over
And double it.
times 2.
And double,
yeah.
that's it.
Some tickets even do it for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine. The mine already does it for me.
so. I'm like, I don't get
We
the
do
whole
the
idea
math.
of not tipping people or like tipping people to 20%.
It's
like,
like if you could afford
if-
to get all this food, you could
Yeah.
definitely afford the 20% of that to tip someone.
Yeah, and 20% should be the minimum. Like 30, I think 25 if they did like a moderate good job, and then
Yeah.
30 and above is like this person went out of their way
Yeah.
to like really do like give me a well dining experience.
Yo,
'Cause,
whatever
agree.
joke you about to make at the table about the place, don't make it. Your server already heard it.
please.
And if they laugh,
Oh,
it's
you
a
mean like
fake
dad
ass
jokes?
fucking.
You talking
It's
about
a
dad
fake ass
jokes?
laugh, bro.
Like dad
Let me tell
jokes?
you that.
Yes. Wait. Oh my God. Have I ever told you guys about that time where I went up to my table? And my signature thing is always to say, "Hey guys, my name is Allie. I'm gonna be your server for today. So any questions you have on the menu, you can ask me." And the dad at the
Dad
table,
jokes.
he goes, "Oh yeah."
No, that's not even a
He
joke.
goes, he
That is
goes,
just being creepy.
he goes, "Can you tell me what font this is on the menu?"
I never heard that one.
And I looked at him and I was like, what the fuck?
I would've
But
had-
then I looked at the menu and I was like, that's Helvetica.
Oh, you know they're
I,
fun.
yo, I knew it was Helvetica, and as soon as I said it, they were all like, whoa!
There
They
you
were all
go.
like, that is fucking
You
Helvetica.
follow up that joke and you murder him by saying, "I'm the one that designed the menu."
Yeah,
You
right?
murder him. You're
Of
like,
course
I'm
I
actually
know.
the designer.
I'm the
I was
graphic
like, I
designer.
know
Yeah,
my
yeah,
fonts really well, so you are not going to trip me up today. That is 100% Helvetica.
I actually like that jokes because like if I never heard it like that one, I was
Yeah.
like, no, like, yo, I never heard that one before. Like I heard the one with like I got a hole in my cup. I need a refill.
Yeah.
Like they eat their whole food and they're like, this is disgusting. I couldn't
Can
have
I
someone
get you
else.
anything else, sir? $1 million.
$1
Fuck you, bro.
Like, yo.
Corny ass shit. Give me $1 million, bitch.
That's
What's
when you're
the
like,
tipping me?
that's when you laugh as you drop the check. There you go.
Have a good day.
Ah,
Yeah.
they
No,
you
if
out
I
of
heard
there.
it, I don't laugh. I'm just like, I heard that one before.
Uh,
Because then you kill them right there. Like, you kill their joy. You're like,
I'm
man,
like, you'd be like,
you're
that's
not original as you think you are. My man was probably like mustering the courage the whole time.
Yeah, right? He's like,
I'm gonna say
I'm
it.
gonna
I'm gonna see it. I'm
Check
gonna
this
see
out.
it.
Do it, bro. I'm gonna do it, bro.
Yeah.
Says it and there's like no reaction after that. But yeah.
Yeah, so that was like my last one of like the things that you could do to be a better diner. My part 2, which we'll do after the break, is why you should be a better diner. See what the shit I'm dealing with.
Ooh,
Boom.
Back with us after the
We'll
break.
be back after these
I didn't
commercial
even
breaks.
know.
Welcome back, guys. We're
He is
back
back.
from our little charging break,
Commercial break.
commercial break, our TikTok break,
Little baking
Um,
break.
little breaky break. So now we're ready to go into phase 2, why you should be a better diner, because
Facts.
please look at the shit I'm dealing with behind the scenes. You guys are a nightmare enough. The people behind the scenes, like the Babadook, babe. Like
there's a lot of drama.
There's
in the
a lot of
serving
drama.
industry,
There's always
I
drama
have
in
to
this
say.
industry. I actually had a guest once that she told me that she knew that the restaurant life is kind of like the nursing, I guess, doctor life.
Yeah.
Where like it's like people are always hooking up with each other because of like the work and the intensity and the tension between everybody. So like she told me she's like, I know someone here is hooking up with someone else here, and I was like, I can't tell you that stuff, but you're right. There's a lot of drama in both those areas just because of the way the hours are. You know, there's no consistency.
Do you?
And you're just like in a bonding experience.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I feel like you
trauma.
work on a like, you know, like people in offices, they're like co-workers, but like it's also like, okay, when you work at a restaurant, it's very different than like a professional setting co-workers, because professional setting co-workers are like cordial. They have to keep like a certain whatever. At restaurants, people don't give a fuck, bro. They're telling you.
They be on you.
They're telling you shit you never wanted to hear, bro. Yeah. And they're coming up behind you. They're like touching you. You know what I mean? Like it's totally different. It's totally
Especially
different.
if it's crowded and they're in the way.
Word. When you're crowded in those POS systems.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny. My boyfriend picked me up from Fat Cactus once, and I was with Anne Marie, and he started complaining because he's a bartender at the State Theater, like part-time on the weekends. And he was saying that one of his coworkers that works there is this girl who like constantly when she walks behind him, she just like puts her arm behind his back. Or she like tries touching him. And he like hates it. He was so mad. He was so angry. And he was telling me this, and as a woman who's worked at restaurants for a long time, I was like, what do you mean? You too, bro? Like, I was like, I also get like manhandled all the time at work. Like it's not, I don't know. It's like, I feel like maybe he's interpreting something different, because I feel like most of the time, like when I like, you know, move your shoulders, whatever. Like I definitely do that, like even to guys, girls, like whatever. But yeah, people are more touchy-feely in like restaurants. You kind of have to be. But I wonder if it was different for him. I don't know. We'll never know. Yeah, we have to check it out.
We're gonna go check it out. Undercover session.
Yeah.
But yeah, people be more touchy and emotionally. People be on edge all the time, especially.
You're making it sound like the military, bro.
Mental breakdowns, like people will be like,
That's true.
I went to the bathroom and cried.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom to cry.
Yo, I have to say, I don't know if I said this on camera yet, but like it takes a certain personality to be a server, bro.
I
like,
do
you
think so.
have to be able to withstand a certain amount of pressure.
You know, I've never like cried during work because of like a customer interaction. Like that's never happened to me before.
Yeah.
It always like I'm always whenever like, but it happens often. It does happen often. Every single time I'm like, bro, why are you fucking taking it that serious? Like, you know what I mean? I'm never gonna fucking cry over a customer.
I feel like those people just care too much.
They care too much. They care too much, and they let it.
Other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you really like strong-headed and you're like, well, I'm never seeing you again. All right,
My
let's
thing
get
is,
ordered. Bye.
I've never
For me,
been.
the weed be hitting so hard that this association is already there.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know. Like I'm in a different world already. Like I fucked up your shit, man. Like I'm sorry, bro. I'm
in a different dimension.
Like,
I got it right.
I'm fighting my own demons, bro. Like
my whole thing is like
my own struggle.
I go to restaurants a lot, right? I've never fucking gotten so mad at a server that I'm making him cry. So if someone's getting that mad at me, I'm like, yo, you're fucking crazy. I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah.
Take that somewhere else. Take that to therapy.
Yeah, stop being toxic in public, sir. I don't even know you like that.
Don't come to Fat Cactus and take it out on me.
No, yeah, that shit's always crazy.
But I want you to talk about what you were talking about earlier.
Well, okay. My first thing is your manager's always a pervert.
If you're a girl, yeah.
Yeah, if you're a girl,
women out there, speak.
Yeah, like I always say like the easiest way to get a restaurant job as a woman is to just like put a face full of makeup on, wear a low cut top, and show up and be like, hey, I'm wondering if you guys are looking for servers.
If you do that, and you get hired on the spot, expect your coworkers to be interested in you for physical looks, you know? Like
that's everywhere.
Well, okay, but like
that's different when it's a manager position.
But like my whole thing is like and here's the thing.
You got hired on the spot or at the other spot.
I got hired on the spot at both places. At both places.
And how was both places?
by doing exactly what I told you.
No,
I
but
did.
how was their managers in both places?
Perverts.
Exactly.
But like that's the thing. I'm just like
That's what I'm saying.
if you're no, I
A real
know.
manager would take its time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like your one manager, at least one manager is always a pervert, and it's like some guy that they hired, and it's like he's just like
Nepotism, maybe he worked his way up.
yeah, he somehow got into it. He's always just like a little bit of a pervert though, and you can always tell. And it's like, you know what? Like I'm gonna use this to my advantage to get the job, but I also understand the territory I'm in. You're a little bit of a predator. Kind of fucking weird.
Yeah.
And yeah, it never seems like they're fucking qualified for their job. They're always some lazy motherfuckers. But you know what?
It's like.
I guess once you get to a manager job, you know that hours just drain you as a manager.
Bro, you just live there, bro.
Like,
well, yeah.
Yeah, like my
But,
brother,
like-
when my brother worked at FedEx as a manager, like it would just drain him.
That's
My
why
man
you're
was like
trying
20
to,
years
That's why
old.
you're trying to find every other side of your life in there because you spend your whole life there. So you're
There,
trying to
like,
find your love life there. You're trying to find
I told
your
my brother, I
friends
ain't
there.
gotta
You're
get
trying
out
to
of
find.
You're trying to find your side chick there too after you get the wife.
That is.
Yo.
Like everything.
Everything-
is
everything
about
is
no
there.
shit where you eat. That's like that's taking it to the next level.
I mean, how many hours outside? Like I think you do like 60 to 80 hours at the restaurant. If you work at a restaurant.
Yeah, and then you
Like-
have to sleep for
like,
some of that time out of it.
Yeah,
So
like,
yeah.
yo, you're wild. Alright, go ahead, keep going. Speak
My
for the
next
women.
one is the kitchen is full of mostly harmless perverts as well. Because you know what I mean? Like, you're going to go
Rarely see
into the
them.
kitchen, you're going to be like, oh, I fucked up an order, papi, but like, help me. And he's going to be like, I got you. Like, I'll get that shit fired out
If you're a guy,
ASAP.
if you're a guy, like
Your guy.
you
If you're a guy,
forget about it.
throw all of what she said out the fucking
Yeah, don't be
window.
out-
You're fucked, bro. You're out here on your own.
They know
Here's
you-
your pen. Here's your paper.
You know
Follow
what?
me. Listen.
You
Just
guys are
look
actually a
and-
little silly though, because you know my brother has like the best relationship with his kitchen ever, and you know why? Super easy. All he fucking does is once every 6 months he goes out and he buys them a pack of Modelo's.
That's well, I
Cheap ass beer, cheap. He gets them like cheap ass like Mexican beer. He just brings
Easy
it over
to
to them.
please.
They're
You know-
happy as hell. 6 months they give
I
you all the
never-
free food you want.
I never have
Easy
issues
to
with the
please.
kitchen because I always joke around with them.
Well, yeah.
So
as long as
I feel
you
like
talk
you be
to them,
as a guy, you have to befriend them.
you just gotta be friendly.
Or just be undeniable. That is my ultimate
Wait,
goal.
why are you gonna hate me? What I do to you?
Yeah, and it's just just
What I
be
do?
the
Well, that's
ultimate.
what I'm
My
saying, like,
ultimate.
just be nice.
Yeah.
I always do well in kitchens because
Girls can use
being a
advantage
girl,
of it.
one,
Yeah, use
and
your
also
advantage.
being like
Use
Latina
what
and
your
like
mama
willing
gave
to
you.
talk to them.
Use what your mama gave you.
Or if you're a guy, bro, my ultimate advice is just be perfect. Just be squeaky clean. Just don't give him a reason for you to
Yeah.
go back into the kitchen
As
and
a
fuck
waiter.
up. Don't
Yeah.
don't fuck up
Don't
to
fuck up.
begin with.
And when they
Just
fuck
be
up, be
that.
like cool with it.
And
'cause,
then by the time you fuck up, they'll be like, damn, this guy he must have been. It must have been another.
it must have been the wrong day.
Yeah, it must have been the wrong day, or must have been another
Yeah.
some other guy's fault. Because this guy never fucks up. You gotta be. That's
I
one of
remember
your
there
options.
was one time. You remember
It's
the
a tough
system
road,
was
but it
fucking
pays
up. At Fat Cactus, where it was like triple, quadrupling shit.
Yeah,
And then my table got like 4 enchiladas.
yeah.
And
I
then
got
Nacho
4
comes.
quesadillas.
And he's
Oh.
like coming at me crazy. He's like, why did you do this? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, I showed him. I'm like, for me to do that, I have to go click on the item, click
Yeah.
multiply, click a 4, and then hit confirm.
And confirm.
Yeah.
You gonna tell me I did that? Like,
Bro.
I really went out and did all that movement? Like, no, the system did it.
Yeah. No, that happened to me before once too with that fucking system. It was so stupid. But I feel like being Latino, like you, like as long as you talk to them, you're like chatting with
'Cause the
them and
kids-
stuff
yeah,
like
the
that.
kids
Because
are-
unfortunately, like they spend so many fucking hours there, they'd love for someone to talk to them.
Yeah.
But
they're
like, you just
talk to them and they're chill.
Kitchens are like 99% Latino.
They're
Yeah.
99%
Like,
Latino,
everywhere you
yeah.
work is Latino.
Nine times out of 10 don't speak English.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't speak English and. Like, okay, for example, at Fat Cactus, like a lot of you guys speak Spanish, so it's not that unique. And also, you guys don't spend that much time back there. Or, like, theoretically, we don't really. But, like, at the restaurant I work at now, it's like none of them speak Spanish. So it's like I'm the only one who fucking speaks Spanish. So they fucking love me.
So you're a golden child.
And I'm a golden child.
You're a
I can do
golden
no
child.
wrong. They
Yeah.
fucking help me out. They, you know what I mean? Everything.
They're probably like, listen, how you say this?
Yeah, no, all the time. They're like, yo, you're going to teach me English? I'm like, fine. So, yeah, whenever I mess up an order, I'm like, hey, or like, I'm like, oh, you want to give me like extra food? Like, give that shit to me. And then
everywhere.
you
That's
just
an everywhere
you just
thing.
kind of deal with them being like, oh, eres muy linda, mwah, 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 mwah. Like,
all around it was like the same thing.
yeah,
Bro,
quiero que seas mi novia.
Yeah, guys didn't get that.
Yeah.
Hell nah.
they'd be like talking like that to the girl, and then you'd be like, "Yo, can I get my dish on the fly? Or can I get this food I've
They
been
go like,
waiting?"
suck my dick,
Yeah, they're
bitch.
like, "Fuck you!" Like, all right, come back
That
around.
shit, then you come get that shit when it comes out.
You gotta come up to them like behind a woman, like hiding behind the woman's shoulder, like, hey.
No, you know when those guys either start listening to you or start hating you in the kitchen. Is when you start talking to the girl that they're like,
they're
That's
crushing
true.
on.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like when you start getting close to that one girl,
They're like,
Yeah,
don't
like,
take my
I
wife
want
away.
her.
yeah. So they try to either be your friend and be like, oh, you with her, like try to get some information and shit like that, or they do the opposite. They completely
Drama,
shun you
bro.
and get mad at you. Like, bro, I just
That
wanted my tour of Italy. Like, I just wanted like, chicken carbonara.
So,
Please.
Give me my shit.
Just give me my shit.
The next one, the bartender, you guessed it, also a pervert who cheats on his wife. That shit happens all the time. There's a bartender at my job now who says if the woman lives in a different area code, it doesn't count.
Hey,
So,
yo.
yeah.
Bro, that's everywhere.
yo,
I know. He's
if
like,
it's not the same
He's like,
girl,
15 minutes in any
Hey, bro.
direction.
any
Any
direction,
direction, 15 minutes.
and it
Man,
doesn't count
It doesn't
anymore.
count.
it does all terrain, bro.
That is wild.
Nobody's safe. He's a real dog.
He's a real dog. He's real as hell, and it's like he has no shame. Like, you know what I mean? He'll
How
straight
old
up
is
be like, he's Dave, Mr. Dave. He's like in late
Mr.
40s,
Dave.
early
Oh,
50s.
he-
You can't
like,
teach an old dog.
My
new
man,
tricks,
my
bro.
man, like, I'm out.
He's set in
I'm
his
out.
ways.
I
Yeah.
gotta do what I can.
Yeah.
He's like, I got a couple,
He's
10
doing
more
what
years
he
in.
can.
But even the one at Fat Cactus, he's doing too much all the time.
True.
Has he chilled out
Yeah, because
since getting married and having a child on the way?
Yeah.
That's good.
He is. Plus, it's just over. I mean, the whole feeling over there, the whole vibe has calmed down. Like
Really?
everybody it's just tired. Everybody's just tired.
It's not
Everybody's
hot and
tired.
heavy anymore?
It's like,
Everybody's
I
tired.
don't know.
Ever
I'm
since
there
I,
like every other weekend. So like,
bro,
at
ever
this
since
point,
I
I'm
left, yo, everybody's like, dang.
I'm like a part-time.
It's like
Yeah.
because it kind of divided itself. I didn't want it
Really?
to be a division, but she made it into a division because she made it into like picking sides.
Mhm.
You feel me? So she stuck with her rounds and her meetings started, stuck with her. Meanwhile, the rest of the restaurant was like stuck in between, in the middle, like, yo, it doesn't fucking matter, bro. Like, you shouldn't have left, bro. There's no reason.
Told you.
Interesting. Yeah, you
There's
shouldn't
a
have.
drama. There's a drama for you.
There's some drama there. There's some drama there.
Always never a restaurant. There's always something.
Well, yeah, that's my other thing. It's like at a restaurant, like there's always some fuck shit. Like someone's always like fucking someone else who shouldn't be fucking someone else. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's always some heartbreak. There's always some bitch that's mad at some other bitch for no reason. Like it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's a restaurant.
It's gonna test a lot of your like professionalism, like being able to just carry
That's why
on with
serving
the
is for like
job.
young people.
Yeah.
That's why you normally see like young people serving because it's like one of those things you do like in college or like real quick out of high school and like just to get some quick bread.
Just get quick bread. Yeah.
And be out, right? Because no one's gonna be there for long.
Yeah.
So like for them, it's like I'm in and out. That's it. You know what I mean?
The next one though is there's always one manager who's a woman who's the meanest bitch you'll ever meet, but she's also the only reason why anything gets done. And I say it's true. Like they run that shit like the Navy. They're really tough. They're kind of mean. Sometimes they make people cry. Not me though. But they get shit done. They're the ones who have the schedule on top. Like they're the ones making sure everything's in stock. Like they're good.
I've never had an experience like that, so
He's only had
I'm
male
in the
managers,
mess. I'm in
unfortunately.
the sickness, bro. Like
He's in the
I'm in the
trenches.
trenches, bro. I'm fighting the demons.
Forever.
You know,
Forever
I'm
fighting.
fighting on both sides, bro. I'm fighting customers, co-workers, and manager, bro.
And yourself. And yourself.
And
And yourself.
woke up and it was violence, bro. It's violent work. Whoa.
Mama get the dog in him and
I'm
I'm
a
him.
dog. I'm a 100% dog.
Jeez.
I'm waiting for that Drake release.
So
You're right though. I like all the managers I had there were women.
they have their shit straight.
They have their shit together. They're very like they run a tight shift.
Yeah, they
They
do.
run a tight shift.
There's
And
something
they'll be the
about-
ones that go up to you and be like, guys, you can't be doing this. You
Something
can't,
about
you gotta do
women
this."
Yeah.
having their shit together, right? What is it with guys just wanting to be a little silly?
Because
They're always
we
weird.
never grow up.
That's true.
We never grow up.
That's so
Like
true.
that's why we have such thing. You ever heard of mom jokes? There's no such thing as mom jokes. There's only dad jokes because dads don't grow up. They're still boys. They're still joking around, even more.
Our touch just get more dangerous and expensive.
Yes, that's all it is. But honestly, like, yeah, guys, I don't know.
Because a man could be bad at his job. A woman, like, she gets her shit done.
True.
Professionalism. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I see some women that were bad at their job.
But then
Yeah,
again,
like, it happens to
everybody.
everybody does it. But like, I feel like
But most
women-
women managers are fucking tough
they're
bitches.
tough.
They're
Yeah.
tough ass girls.
Yeah. Or they're either one. You're either very tough, or you're very lenient, because you have that mom side of you that you want to take care of all your employees and make sure they're okay. And whenever they go through hard times, you want to
that
be
would
there
depend
for them.
on the company.
Yeah, you get me? Like, they're like, oh, you always come to me outside of work and talk to me.
Right.
Because, like, they're caring and stuff, right? Like, guy managers don't fucking do that.
You know, one
Like,
time I actually heard Santi gave Anne Marie some touching advice in his own weird way.
Yeah.
So in a way, he could be mother.
Santi gives good advice.
Santi
In a
gives
weird way.
unexpected good advice
Like
in
some
weird
fucked up
ways.
way. Yeah,
He'll tell you something fucked up as hell, but it'll be to guide you in the right direction.
Or
It's
he'll
in his
tell
own
you a
way.
joke. He'll tell you a joke.
Him and I barely speak to him.
No, like normally he tells a joke and then you're like, I think that was advice in a way.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was advice, right?
Yeah, no, that's hilarious. Anyways, so
It's about to die, so.
to recap, be nice to your server. They're likely dealing
Don't
with
be a
pervert managers, a pervert
dickhead.
kitchen staff, a pervert bartender,
Do your
and one
homework.
really mean middle-aged bitch named Tara. It's not as easy as it looks. And 3, please tip 20%. We love you so you can love us. And we will see you next time on the Infinite Podcast.
Just don't be a dick, alright? Just be a normal human being. Know what you want. And if you don't know what you want, just say it. Be honest. Be like, yo, I don't know what you want. Give me a little bit of time. And we will understand, bro. It's okay. Most of the time, I don't even want to take the order, bro. I'll be chilling. I'll be like, yo, do your
I
thing.
want extra time,
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah. I do. I need to go to the bathroom. Alright, peace.
Peace.